Hey guys, my name is Brittany and I'm one of the workers here at the Speech and Language Center here at YVCC. And I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to develop your point of finality for your speeches. Typically, points of finality are found at the very end of your conclusion, so usually right after you've restated your thesis and gone back through your main points. It's the last couple sentences that your audience is going to hear, so you really do want to make sure it's something that's memorable and impactful for them. The main thing to kind of keep in mind when you're developing your point of finality is that it's kind of the so what factor of your speech. And what I mean by that is it's asking yourself and the question of, well, why should your audience care about what you're sharing with them? What's the long-term impact, or what's the big picture, really, of the things that you have to share in your speech? For me, what I found was really helpful in kind of coming up with those is asking myself a couple questions like, how can this apply practically to their lives? How can what I'm sharing today impact them in the long run? How can they take what I'm sharing and kind of tuck it away for something in the future? And that's kind of helped me in just finding some language for myself and figuring out how it actually does impact them. So an example I wanted to give you guys is if I were to write a speech or present a speech on why you should come to the Speech and Language Center. My thesis might be, you should come and visit us in the Speech and Language Center because it'll help you write better speeches. And my main points could be something like you can get one-on-one consultations with your outlines, you have a place to practice in front of a camera, and then you can also receive feedback on your delivery. And then once I got to my point of finality, I could say something like, coming to the Speech and Language Center doesn't only help you get better grades in communication classes, but it also helps you just develop your communication skills. And all of us are at YVCC because we want to be in jobs that have specific rules and responsibilities, and undoubtedly we're going to have to communicate with people, even if it's one-on-one with a coworker or if it's giving a presentation to a huge company. We have to have good communication skills to do that, and by coming to the Speech and Language Center, you have a really easy place to just learn and develop those. So with a statement like that, you can kind of see how I'm pointing my audience to the future. I'm showing them that what I'm telling them today, even though I'm trying to just get people to come to the Speech and Language Center or tell them what we offer, I'm showing them how doing that can actually impact their lives and how it has value really to their lives down the road. And that kind of brings an important point up about points of finality, is that it's just a really good life skill to develop by asking ourselves, well, why is what I'm doing today in college valuable to where I want to be? Because sometimes it's hard and you just have to do stuff. You may not even really like it, but if you can develop that perspective of what I'm doing today has some sort of impact on what I'm going to be doing in the future, it just kind of helps you do those things with a little more ease and even enjoyment. If I know that the speech I'm sharing has the potential to impact people for the long run, then that makes me more excited about it and just makes it more enjoyable to do. And even if you're not crazy about an assignment or a task you have to do, whether it's at a job or at school, if you can kind of develop that habit of looking for the big picture and how what you're doing today can be part of that, then it just kind of takes some of the pressure off, or it just makes it more enjoyable, really. And that's something that the points of finality can help us develop, because it's causing us to ask ourselves those questions. So hopefully different things I shared in this video are helpful to you. Main things to keep in mind is just that point of finality is about the big picture, and some questions you can ask yourself are, how does what I'm sharing today apply to people's lives in the long run? And if you have any more questions, or just you want to kind of run your points of finality by people, feel free to stop by the Speech and Language Center, and we'd be more than happy to help you guys develop those. Thanks.